Chosen one, stop right where you are. What I'm about to share with you is not just another message. It is a divine warning. If this moment found you, it was no accident. God orchestrated it for you. He is saying, no, no, no. Don't move, don't act, don't respond. Do not fall into the trap. There is a setup waiting for you, and God is urging you to pause and listen. Right now, the enemy is crafting something that looks good, feels right, and seems perfectly aligned with your path. But God is warning you this is not what it seems. There is a deception at play, and He is protecting you from something you cannot yet see. That's why you've been drawn to this very moment. Your spirit is stirring because you sense that something bigger is happening. If this message resonates with you, it's because God is trying to intervene before you step into a trap that's disguised as a blessing. You are entering a season where your obedience will be the only thing standing between your breakthrough and heartbreak. Before we go any deeper into this life-changing, God-ordained message, I need you to do 3 things right now. Pause this video, hit the like button, subscribe to join the family of 1,000 chosen ones, and comment the number 99 not for luck, but as a prophetic act of completion, signaling to heaven that you are ready for divine clarity and protection. Chosen one, if you are truly called, you will stay until the very end of this message. Your spirit already knows that something powerful is unfolding. God is trying to protect you from a costly mistake. But if you're not ready to hear the truth, you may not make it to the end. For those who do, your life, your discernment, and your direction will be forever transformed. Let's dive in. You may feel a surge of excitement, a sense that something miraculous is about to unfold in your life. Could be a sudden opportunity, a breakthrough, or a door that seems perfectly aligned. But I urge you to pause. God is whispering no, He's shouting no, no, no. What you're seeing, what you're feeling is a trap. Your enemy is cunning, patient, and relentless. He has been watching, waiting, and carefully crafting this snare, one that only you can fall into. This is not paranoia. This is divine warning. Imagine a predator stalking its prey, studying every movement, every desire, every weakness, waiting to strike. That promotion, that relationship, that seemingly perfect offer, it's been tailor-made to exploit your hopes. You might feel deep down that it's too good to be true, but it still feels right. Yet, God sees the bigger picture. This is a moment where your spiritual discernment is not just necessary, it's critical. Remember, God is not trying to limit you. He is protecting you from a decision that could derail years of your destiny in an instant. The enemy thrives when we act hastily, when we let excitement and desire cloud our judgment. Your breakthrough is within reach, but so is the danger. Listen to God before it's too late. Life has a way of dressing destruction in the guise of opportunity. A new friendship, a sudden windfall, even a seemingly innocent favor can carry a hidden cost. The enemy knows that when we are eager for good things, we often let down our guard. He has mastered the art of deception, making poison look like honey. Many have fallen for traps that appeared to be blessings. They were given the perfect job, only to find themselves trapped in toxic environments. They were offered love that seemed genuine, only to be met with manipulation and betrayal. The lesson is clear: not every gift is divine, and not every opportunity comes from God. Appearances are deceptive, and your heart must remain vigilant. God's voice is urging you to pause and reflect before moving forward. Your discernment is the key to your protection. Don't let your excitement lead you astray. Trust God's warning and hold steady. The blessing that's truly meant for you will never harm you. Listen carefully. This moment is a turning point, and how you respond will determine the direction of your destiny. Chosen one, pause for a moment. God is urging you to look beyond the surface, to question everything that feels too good to be true. The excitement you feel right now may be a sign, but it is not the confirmation you've been waiting for. Your breakthrough will never come through shortcuts or deceit. The real blessings from God come with peace, alignment, and confirmation that resonate deeply with your purpose. Trust in God's perfect timing, not the temptation of instant gratification. There's a reason why the trap seems designed just for you. It's because it is. The enemy knows your every dream, your every weakness, and he knows exactly how to present what you desire most in a way that seems irresistible. But this is not a coincidence. This is a deliberate ploy to distract you from your path. Consider the story of Joseph. He was bombarded with temptation at every turn, each one crafted to destroy his purpose. His integrity, ambition, and relationships were tested, just as yours will be. Like Joseph, you are being watched. Every lure, every temptation, is a calculated move by the enemy to pull you away from God's divine plan. You must rise above the desire for something that looks too good to be true. Ask yourself, does this opportunity align with God's promises for me, or is it designed to trap me? Wisdom requires vigilance. It's not passive, it demands self-control, careful thought, and prayerful discernment. Remember, what you resist now may save you from pain, regret, and spiritual devastation later on. The enemy uses urgency as a weapon. He pushes you with pressure, deadlines, and the fear of missing out, trying to make you act impulsively. Act now or it's gone, he whispers. But God is calling you to slow down. Rushed decisions often lead to ruin. Consider the countless financial collapses, broken relationships, and other disasters that began with impulsive decisions made without discernment. If something feels rushed, ask yourself, who is pushing this timeline, God or the enemy? God's timing may feel frustrating at times, but it's protection. He is saying, not yet. Stop. Look carefully. When you take a moment to slow down, you'll see the cracks, the inconsistencies, the dangers that were hidden beneath the surface. Patience becomes your shield, while haste leaves you vulnerable. Guard your decisions as though your very destiny depends on them, because it does. When an opportunity falls into your lap and seems perfect, it's easy to get excited. Your heart races, and everything about it feels like an answer to your prayers. But remember, the enemy often disguises traps as miracles. That perfect offer, that seemingly flawless blessing, it could be the very thing that derails your progress, compromises your values, or pulls you away from God's plan for your life. Life is full of lessons about hidden dangers. Many successful people can point to opportunities they passed up, only to realize later that they avoided disaster. The enemy counts on your eagerness and excitement to blind you to the red flags. When God says no, it is often a blessing in disguise. Trust His wisdom even when it goes against what you think you want. The false blessing will fade away, but God's provision will come at the perfect time. Every hope, every dream, every desire you have is visible to the enemy. He's not acting randomly. He is attacking strategically. He knows where you are most vulnerable, and he uses those desires as bait. Like a skilled chess player, he anticipates every move, every weakness, and he makes his next move accordingly. Your desires, your longing for success, love, recognition, or security become the very things he uses to try to divert you from God's path. God's warning is clear. Be vigilant. Examine your desires through the lens of His truth. Ask yourself, is this leading me closer to my purpose, or is it pulling me into a trap? Your spiritual discernment is your greatest weapon in this fight. Stay alert, trust in God's guidance, and recognize the difference between fleeting temptation and eternal victory. Prayer and discernment are your shield and armor. Without them, temptation becomes a weapon that can break through your defenses. But with them, you become untouchable, impervious to the snares the enemy has set for you. Not everyone who smiles at you is your friend. Jealousy is a silent, insidious force, often working behind the scenes to manipulate situations and turn them against you. People who envy your success, gifts, or progress may unknowingly or deliberately become part of the trap set for you. The enemy thrives on jealousy. He amplifies envy, stirs conflict, and manipulates relationships to create distractions and inflict pain. Those you trust, friends, family, even mentors, may unknowingly become vessels of delay or deception, not because they intend harm, but because spiritual forces are at play. God is urging you to stay alert. Pay close attention to the shifts in behavior around you. Watch for subtle manipulations, whispers of doubt, or unnecessary pressure. Trust your discernment above all else. Protect your inner circle carefully, for even the smallest cracks can allow the enemy to slip in unnoticed. Sometimes, the greatest dangers come disguised in love and trust. Someone you care deeply for may appear supportive, but their intentions may clash with God's plan for you. It may be a friend, a mentor, or even a family member who seems to have your best interests at heart but is unknowingly, or even intentionally, part of a trap. This is where discernment becomes paramount. Notice the subtle signs: pressure to act against your intuition, encouragement to make risky or unethical decisions, or erratic, inconsistent behavior. The enemy often uses familiar faces, making deception feel safe and believable. God's intervention may appear as discomfort, doubt, or sudden clarity about someone's true nature. Listen to your heart; it senses the truth before your mind can process it. Guard your destiny by protecting your trust, your energy, and your decisions from those who may unknowingly lead you astray. At times, The shift comes through disruptions, plans falling apart, technology glitching at the worst time, unexpected delays, arguments over insignificant things, or sudden emotional heaviness without explanation. These disruptions are not random, they are spiritual interference. They signal that the enemy is trying to destabilize your focus, weaken your emotional strength, and distract you long enough to lead you into a trap. When you feel unusually irritated, drained, or anxious, it's not a coincidence. These are signs that something spiritual is at work, pressing against your environment to distort your clarity. God allows you to feel these disruptions as warnings, urging you to pay attention. Something isn't right. This is not by chance. Your spirit can sense danger before your mind can even explain it. The sudden discomfort in a room, the unease you feel around certain people, the heaviness when entering a place you once loved, these are all spiritual alarms going off. When your environment begins to shift, it's a sign that your discernment is being activated. God is not trying to scare you, He's trying to awaken you. Don't ignore these signs. Don't brush off your intuition. Don't force comfort into places where your spirit feels disturbed. Environments do not change without cause. When God is warning you, He often shakes your surroundings first so that you'll stop, look around, and recognize that something is amiss. Your environment is speaking to you. Listen before you walk into something that was never meant for you. Emotions are one of the most powerful forces in the human experience, and the enemy knows this well. If he can influence your emotions, he can sway your decisions. This is why temptation never presents itself as dangerous. It arrives as something comforting, exciting, charming, or healing. You may meet someone who says all the right things, makes you feel seen, or fills a void you've carried in silence. You may feel drawn toward a situation that makes your heart race, that feels like relief, attention, or love. But remember, not every emotional pull is divine. The enemy often uses attraction, desire, and the hunger for validation to lead you astray. It's easy to be swept up in emotions, but you must remain vigilant. Not everything that feels good is good for you. Romantic, emotional, or even spiritual temptations are often used by the enemy to pull people off their destined path. Many lives have been derailed because someone followed chemistry instead of discernment. You must understand this truth. Emotional temptation isn't always about romance. Sometimes it's about the need for validation, the desire to be chosen, to be recognized, to feel important. The enemy knows your emotional wounds and uses them to offer counterfeit comfort. This is why certain people appear in your life at moments when you're feeling lonely, exhausted, overwhelmed, or uncertain. It's why opportunities that appeal to your ego or insecurities show up when your guard is down. The enemy doesn't tempt you with things you don't desire. He tempts you with exactly what your heart craves in its most vulnerable moments. What feels like a genuine connection could be a web, and what seems like destiny might actually be a distraction. Before you let your emotions lead you, pause. Examine the situation carefully. Ask yourself, is this drawing me closer to my purpose, or is it pulling me into compromise? Does this person, opportunity, or situation bring me peace and clarity, or just emotional excitement? Remember, God's blessings bring clarity, not confusion. They bring stability, not chaos. They bring growth, not guilt. If something causes you to question yourself, distance you from God, or rush you faster than wisdom allows, it is not from Him. Guard your heart fiercely because emotional warfare is real. The enemy knows that if he can capture your emotions, he can hijack your destiny. But when you surrender your emotions to God, you become untouchable. Life is built on choices, and sometimes one wrong decision can take years to recover from. The enemy is not trying to ruin your day. He's trying to derail your future. His goal is to get you to make just one decision that will break your momentum, drain your strength, delay your growth, or entangle you in something hard to escape. Think about people who entered the wrong relationship and spent years trying to heal. Think about those who took the wrong job and spent years rebuilding confidence. Think about those who trusted the wrong friend and spent years repairing damage. One decision can ripple through your life and alter the course of your entire destiny. This is why God is slowing you down. This is why you feel hesitation, resistance, or inner conflict. God is not trying to frustrate you. He is protecting you from consequences you cannot yet see. Sometimes God will block a person, an opportunity, or a path because He knows the damage it will cause if you proceed. Even the strongest, most gifted individuals have been set back because they stepped into something they were never meant to touch. This is not fear, this is wisdom. God sees what lies ahead, and He knows that one misstep now could cost you years of progress, peace, and purpose. Your destiny is too precious to gamble with impulsive choices. You've fought too hard, healed from too much, and survived too many battles to lose everything over one moment of emotional blindness or impatience. Before you make any move, think. Before you speak, pray. Before you commit, discern. You owe it to your future self to make decisions that align with your destiny, not your desperation. God is guarding you because you matter. Your purpose matters. Your future matters. One wrong move can have lasting effects, but one wise decision can change everything. When the enemy can't stop your blessing, he tries to blind you, making it harder for you to recognize danger. This is why confusion feels heavier lately. This is why your intuition seems off. This is why decisions that once felt clear suddenly feel foggy. The enemy is attacking your discernment because discernment is your spiritual eyesight. When you can no longer see clearly, you are more vulnerable to deception. But know this, God is with you. Your discernment is your weapon. Hold tight to it. Listen to it. It will protect you from the enemy's traps and guide you toward the path of victory. If the enemy can blur your vision, he can lead you anywhere. He wants you to overlook the red flags, trust the wrong voices, misinterpret the signs, or ignore the warnings deep within your spirit. Spiritual blindness is one of the enemy's most insidious weapons because it makes you walk confidently into destruction, unaware of the dangers ahead. Your discernment becomes clouded when you're tired, emotionally overwhelmed, spiritually drained, or distracted. The enemy knows this all too well. He waits until you're stressed, lonely, angry, or uncertain. Then, he presents opportunities that feel right but are completely wrong. He wants you to make decisions based on emotion rather than divine revelation. He wants you to act quickly, without taking the time to pray and seek God's will. He wants you to react impulsively instead of reflecting and waiting for guidance. A spiritually blind person cannot distinguish between a blessing and a trap. That is exactly what the enemy desires. But God is calling you to sharpen your discernment again. Step back, breathe, pray. Reset your spiritual vision. When you reconnect with God, the fog lifts, the confusion fades away. The truth becomes crystal clear. You begin to see motives, hidden intentions, and spiritual dangers that were once invisible. Discernment is not a special gift reserved for a few. It is a necessity for anyone with a divine purpose. Without it, you will fall. With it, you will navigate with precision and wisdom. Protect your spiritual eyesight with prayer, humility, and stillness. The enemy cannot deceive someone who sees clearly. Not every attack comes loudly. Many attacks come quietly, disguised as laziness, procrastination, fatigue, or distraction. The enemy doesn't always need to block your blessing directly. Sometimes he only needs to make you too distracted or too drained to walk into it. You may suddenly feel unmotivated, scattered, or uninterested in things that once brought you joy. You may find yourself wasting time, losing focus, or becoming inconsistent with your routines. These are not just personal struggles. They are spiritual strategies designed to weaken your discipline and dull your discernment. Be cautious, because distraction is one of the enemy's most effective traps. Many destinies have been derailed, not by sin, but by stagnation, not by failure, but by distraction, not by attack, but by apathy. When the enemy sees that he cannot stop your breakthrough, he tries to slow you down until you lose your momentum. He wants to delay your decisions, postpone your progress, and gradually disconnect you from your calling. The danger of distraction is that it feels harmless. You don't notice its impact until months go by, and you realize how much you've lost. Slow sabotage is still sabotage. God is calling you to wake up spiritually. Reclaim your focus, rebuild your discipline, protect your time as though it is sacred, because it is. Every hour lost to distraction is an hour stolen from your destiny. You are not created to live in cycles of procrastination. You were created to walk in purpose, clarity, and excellence. Rise above laziness, overcome distraction, and realign your mind. The enemy cannot defeat a focused believer. Focus is spiritual warfare, and your future depends on it. When God blocks something, it often feels painful. It's confusing, frustrating, and disappointing. You may find yourself asking, "Why, God? Why did you close this door? Why did you remove this person from my life? Why is this opportunity slipping away?" But remember, God's no is not rejection. It is protection. God sees what lies ahead, and sometimes He needs to protect you from what you cannot yet see. What may feel like a loss today is often a divine intervention to protect your future. Trust in God's plan, even when it doesn't align with your own. He sees the dangers you cannot see. He hears the conversations happening behind closed doors, the ones you're unaware of. He knows the intentions of others that you have yet to discern. Sometimes, God must stop you before you walk into something that seems perfect but would cost you more than you could ever afford to lose. Think back to the times when you desperately wanted something, only to realize later that it would have destroyed you. God blocked that relationship because it was toxic behind the scenes. He blocked that job because the environment would have drained your spirit. He blocked that opportunity because it was a trap dressed up as success. When God intervenes, it's not just because He wants to interrupt your plans. It's because His love for you is deeper than your understanding. He sees the long-term impact of decisions that you can only see in the fleeting moment. What may feel like a painful delay today is often a divine rescue in disguise. Trust God's protection. The path He blocks for you is far less important than the path He is preparing you for. What is meant for you cannot be taken away, and what is not meant for you cannot be forced into your life. God's blocks are blessings, even when they break your heart. One day, you will thank Him for every closed door, every interrupted plan, and every separation He allowed. He is not trying to hurt you, He is saving you from something that you didn't even know could harm you. This is not just another message. This is a final warning. The trap is closer than you think. The enemy is hoping you'll ignore the signs, doubt your intuition, or rush into something because it looks perfect. He's waiting for you to move quickly, emotionally, or blindly. But God is shouting to you, stop, listen, pay attention. Your next steps are critical. This moment is the dividing line between destiny and danger, between rising and falling, between progress and delay. For years, God has been intervening in your life because He loves you too deeply to let you walk into destruction unknowingly. You may be feeling tension, discomfort, or confusion right now, and that is not random. That is spiritual pressure. Something inside you is pulling you forward, but something deeper within is telling you to slow down. That internal conflict you're feeling is your sign. God is trying to reach your heart before the enemy reaches your decision. He is protecting your future before the enemy can steal it away. This is not the time to follow your emotions or impulses. This is the time to be still, to pray, to evaluate, and to observe. The enemy wants you rushed, but God wants you grounded. Take this warning seriously before the trap springs shut. Decide now to step back, breathe, and realign with God. Ask Him for clarity. Wait for His peace. Watch for the red flags. Protect your future as though it is sacred, because it is. You have too much purpose, too much calling, and too much destiny to lose it all over one moment of blindness. God is giving you one final warning, not to scare you, but to save you. If you listen, you will be protected. If you obey, you will be elevated. This is your moment. Choose wisely. The enemy doesn't always attack immediately. Often, he sets traps quietly, strategically, and patiently, just waiting for the right moment. What appears to be calm or an ordinary life may be the calm before the storm. There could already be traps laid for you, set to activate when you're least prepared. These traps may appear as sudden circumstances, unexpected pressures, or decisions that push you to act impulsively. When they trigger, you may feel overwhelmed, confused, or trapped. But God is warning you now to stay vigilant, to stay focused, and to trust His timing. The protection you need is already here, but you must make the choice to listen and to act in faith. God is giving you time to discern, but don't waste it. The enemy often attacks through urgency, using pressure, deadlines, and panic to make you act before clarity has arrived. Do it now or it's gone, he whispers in your ear. When he manipulates your sense of urgency, he blinds you to the red flags, distorts your judgment, and traps you in impulsive decisions. Life may start to feel rushed, chaotic, or unusually pressured, and that is exactly the point. Urgency often masquerades as opportunity, but it is frequently a disguised weapon. When you feel that rush to act, your discernment weakens. Fear of missing out, the desire for approval, or the pressure to perform can cloud your ability to hear God's voice clearly. The enemy uses your natural tendencies against you, knowing that when you move quickly, you are vulnerable to making a mistake. But God's call is the opposite. Slow down, pause, pray. Seek counsel. Assess every detail carefully. Spiritual victories require patience and clarity, not hasty action. What may feel like a fleeting window of opportunity could very well be a trap disguised as urgency. By slowing down, you give God the space to guide you, preventing disaster before it strikes. The enemy's urgency is never from God. Learn to recognize the difference between God's prompting and the enemy's pressure. True divine guidance always comes with peace, even in the midst of action. False urgencies bring chaos, confusion, and loss. Slow down. Your life, your future, and your destiny are worth every moment of caution. The enemy knows how to appeal to your desires by presenting things that seem flawless. This perfect opportunity may arrive as a dream job, a new relationship, or what seems like a divine offer. It may appear so perfectly aligned with your goals that it feels like destiny itself is calling you. But God warns, appearances can deceive. What seems perfect may be poison in disguise. Traps are often irresistible precisely because they match your desires. Your heart says yes, your mind hesitates, but excitement overwhelms caution. The enemy exploits your eagerness, your hope, and even your spiritual longing. What feels like a blessing may lead to compromise, spiritual derailment, or long-term damage. God's instruction is clear: reject it immediately. Don't negotiate, rationalize, or compromise. Pause, pray, and seek clarity. True divine opportunities come with peace, alignment, and confirmation, not pressure, secrecy, or hidden conditions. The perfect trap always carries a hidden cost. Obedience now preserves your future. Every premature acceptance of a counterfeit blessing risks years of delay, conflict, or spiritual defeat. God is protecting you from what looks perfect but is fatal. Reject the trap before it ensnares you. Listen, obey, and trust God for what is truly meant for you. Not all threats are visible. Some of the most dangerous attacks come from those closest to you. People you trust may unknowingly or even deliberately serve as instruments of the enemy. A sudden shift in behavior, subtle manipulation, or a hidden agenda may reveal itself at the worst possible moment. God warns you to stay alert and aware of these spiritual attacks. Even those you love can unknowingly play a part in leading you astray. Guard your heart, your relationships, and your decisions carefully. Your future depends on it. Every trap has its timing. The enemy watches your schedule, your routines, and even your spiritual rhythms. He knows when you're tired, emotionally vulnerable, or spiritually distracted. That's when he plans to strike. A seemingly small decision or delay can trigger his snare. That unexpected message, the sudden offer, or what looks like the perfect opportunity could be a setup, carefully timed to throw you off course. God is giving you insight before it's too late. Awareness of these spiritual timers allows you to slow down, pause, and approach every decision with caution. The enemy thrives when you're reactive, but he fails when you're proactive, discerning, and prayerful. Each moment of vigilance builds an invisible shield around you. Do not underestimate the subtlety of spiritual strategy. Even when life feels calm, the enemy may be quietly positioning the next challenge to exploit your weaknesses. But God is louder than the trap. He wants you to be aware, prepared, and anchored. Recognize the signs. Protect your steps. Time may be a weapon in the enemy's hands, but God's timing is always stronger. Some battles are meant for your growth. Others are traps that are not yours to fight. The enemy loves to distract you by pulling you into conflicts you were never meant to face. These battles drain your energy, cloud your judgment, and divert your focus from your true purpose. God sees what lies ahead. He knows the struggles, the manipulations, and the unnecessary pain that could come from engaging in battles not meant for you. He's warning you to pause before stepping into these distractions. Often, the trap appears disguised as a noble cause, a fight for justice, an opportunity to help, or something that appeals to your sense of duty. You may feel compelled to act, thinking you're doing the right thing, but the enemy uses your good intentions against you. He knows exactly how to make you invest in battles that lead to nothing but loss, not victory. The scars from these misguided fights can linger for years, eroding your faith, peace, and clarity. God's warning is clear. Not every fight is yours to fight. Learn to discern the battles that align with your destiny from those designed to entangle you. Spiritual maturity is knowing when to step in and when to step back. It's not weakness to pause, it's wisdom. Your destiny is far too precious to be distracted by unnecessary battles. Every misdirected fight slows your progress, steals your peace, and delays your breakthrough. God is shielding you from what you cannot yet see. Trust Him, obey His warnings, and walk in the battles He has appointed for you, not the ones the enemy has orchestrated. A single yes can alter the course of your life. That next decision, that agreement, that commitment may look harmless or even exciting, but it could become your greatest regret if made without discernment. The enemy often packages traps as irresistible offers promises of growth, recognition, comfort, or love. He knows that one impulsive yes can pull you into deception, delay, and spiritual compromise. The danger lies in how convincing the setup feels. Everything about it may seem perfectly aligned, especially when it appeals to your desires or aspirations. But appearances can be deceiving. What you perceive as an opportunity may be a cleverly disguised chain, and what seems like a solution may actually be a snare. Emotional excitement often clouds spiritual clarity, leaving room for regret to creep in later. God's voice is calling you to pause, reflect, and seek His guidance. Ask yourself, does this align with His will? Will this choice protect or endanger my destiny? Decisions made without clarity rarely lead to peace. Waiting for confirmation might feel frustrating, but it is far safer than rushing into something that will cost you years of growth, trust, and stability. Your next yes should be measured, prayerful, and aligned with your purpose. Remember, the enemy preys on impulsivity. Your yes has the power to shape your life. Choose wisely. The right yes brings peace, alignment, and breakthrough. The wrong yes brings regret, confusion, and spiritual entanglement.